Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. So Angela Rayner has been doing the rounds on the TV politics shows, and she was on a number of different channels, but she was on Sky News, and Trevor Phillips put to her, well, she originally said there was a housing crisis, and this is why she is trying to put forward and trying to push these plans for 1.5 million homes by the end of the Parliament, so over the next 5 years. And she said this is going to be for affordable housing. It's going to go to people who need it, such as people who are victims of domestic violence and things like that. And she's put a lot of sound bites into this. I mean, she's already, if you watched the previous video that I've done, she's already said that she's going to try and cut the red tape and trying to bypass councils to do infrastructure things such as the big data centres and the super prisons. But Trevor Phillips came up with quite a good comeback to this, because he said that in the same period that she wants to build these 1.5 million homes, there's also, according to Rachel Reeves' budget, going to be an additional 2.5 million of immigrants into the country. And he said basically, well, where are these people going to live? Because if you're building 1.5 million homes, that's obviously got to deal with the people who are currently waiting to get a house. What about these 2.5 million people that are going to come into the country? Now, at this point, she said, well, there are plenty of homes out there. And this kind of caused a little bit of astonishment with Trevor Phillips. And I can understand why that was the case. I mean, you've got to understand that, there are a lot of people who are currently trying to get onto the housing ladder. Not just people in social housing, people who are trying to buy houses are having a torrid time trying to do it. Even people trying to rent houses are having a bad time, because rents are going up and up and up, because obviously taxes are going up, and people who are letting out these houses are getting increased demands on increased taxes, increased demand, and so they're having to put their rents up as a result. And this is causing a big issue. And Angela Rayner looked like she didn't really know what was going on. She accepted the fact at the start that there was a housing crisis, but then said that there were plenty of houses for everyone to go into for the 2.5 million immigrants that are going to come to the country. Now, she was talking a lot about social housing and changing of the right to buy scheme and things like that. So it looks as though a lot of these houses are going to go to social housing. However, that means that there's going to be lots of private houses out there for sale, but it's still going to be very difficult, even if they build these 1.5 million homes that they're promising to build. Now, if you talk to anyone, or you listen to anyone who knows anything about building houses, they've all said it's going to be virtually impossible to reach 1.5 million homes by the end of the Parliament. A lot of people are putting a figure around 300,000 to 500,000 would be a good effort for them in the next 5 years. And if that's the case, if they can't even reach the 1.5 million target by the end of these 5 years, it's going to make homes even more scarce, because you've got this influx of people coming in from abroad, and you've also got the people in this country looking for houses as well. So it looks as though, from an outsider's point of view, that this is a bit of a problem for the government. So what do you think? Do you think that it's possible that Angela Rayner can meet this 1.5 million home target by the end of the Parliament? Do you think that she's right in saying that there are plenty of homes out there for people who are coming into the country? Personally, I don't quite believe it myself, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, where you stand on this. Do you think that the government are going to be able to reach these targets, or do you think that they're going to be lucky if they can reach 500,000 by the end of the 5 years? Let me know down in the comment section what you think, and I'll speak to you next time.